Okay, I'm going to talk to you about um, some ideas. And the ideas are, what is it that's really good to be your mm, items? Okay, I'm going to give you 3 items for mm, consultation. The first one we're going to give you is purpose. The second one is creation. The third one is alignment. Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about. We're going to start off talking about purpose. In the form of a question, it is, what is your purpose? The Maringovian was a character in the Matrix movies, and he was a French fella, and he talked to Keanu Reeves and said, you got to have a purpose. So if you got to have a purpose, what is your purpose? Well, there's a lot of different possible answers. The key question is, once maybe write down on a sheet of scrap paper uh, possibilities for what is your purpose, and go through your list and see if you're happy with your list. I'm living for these purposes. Maybe they don't seem significant enough. Or maybe they do. Anyways, it's for you to judge. Because if you look down your list and you say, these are kind of crappy purposes, I need to seek a better purpose for me. And that will bring you into a quest for a better purpose than the ones you wrote down. And even if you wrote down ones that you're pretty happy with, you still should go on a quest to see, these are pretty good, and I've been living with these ones for quite a while, but, it doesn't mean that I can't find some other purposes at least as good as these ones. Okay, the second one here is creation. Okay, what does it mean to you, creation? I want to focus in on creation that you are involved with. What are you creating? And if you look back to what you wrote down for your purpose, is what you are creating part of your purpose? Or are the things you're creating, do they have nothing to do with your purpose? Which brings us toward the last word, alignment. Alignment is when your purpose and your creation are working together. They're in alignment. And if your creations are not aligned with your purpose, then you're not aligned. And it's like, a car. If you hit a bad pothole, then your car goes out of alignment. You got to take it into the shop, because otherwise you're driving down the highway and your car is pulling to the right or to the left, which is causing a lot of wear on your tires and your steering system. Okay, I'm going to come back to another word. That's going to be FJ. What does FJ mean to you? Is it tricky? For me, FJ makes me remember someone who many years ago I was acquaintance of, and they had a Toyota FJ Cruiser. But I'm going to leave it to you. I know, are those initials FJ someone you know who's got the initials FJ, or is it something like the car that came to mind for me? Something FJ. I hope you got something out of that one. Purpose, creation, and alignment. Those are your 3 words for today. And I do want you to really consider if you were looking at your potential lifetime as a human before you were born. In other words, let's imagine you are in another realm and you're looking in on planet Earth before you were born, and you had at that time maybe you had a purpose for coming to planet Earth. You had a vision of what you wanted to do on planet Earth. Maybe it was an individual vision just for you, or maybe it was you were part of a large group of people and you all had a common vision. And that was the reason why you incarnated on planet Earth. Now, what might that look like? Well, I was thinking if it was an individual mission, I was thinking of people who have got great talents in the arts. People with great talents in music or drama or writing interesting books, sculpture, dance, arts people. And then when I was thinking about people who might have come to planet Earth because they had a group goal, a group vision. And then I thought of Dolores Cannon. Dolores Cannon was a lady who did hypnosis. And when she hypnotized people, she regressed them, which means put them back in time. And she regressed people, hundreds, if not thousands of people. And she found that there was a commonality among people coming to Earth who would be around after the Second World War. And what she did was she asked a lot of questions about what this mission was. And she found out that there were 3 waves of volunteers, souls who decided to come to planet Earth on a mission. And 3 waves. The first wave came into the body after World War II, the first generation, and then a second generation and a third generation. And the story was that after the nuclear bombs were dropped on Japan that ended the Second World War, the soul of the planet, Gaia, called out to the universe and said, I'm in trouble because the humans have discovered a bomb so great it has the potential for ending all life on me, planet Earth. So the planet put out a call and said, I need souls to come in to raise the consciousness on the planet, because we have to change. Because the humans that are incarnating on planet Earth right now are very warlike, and they are very able to create technologies that are being used for destructive purposes. So I need some souls to come in and change the balance of power. And the call went out, and we're told by Dolores Cannon that plenty of souls chose to come from all other places around the universe to be here, first as children on planet Earth, and then to grow up. And they knew that was quite a problem, because coming to planet Earth meant that you're not going to be able to bring the memories of why you were incarnating on planet Earth. So you would come here and you would grow up in families that were pretty much, the first wave of volunteers would grow up with parents who probably fought in the Second World War. And had the characteristics of the people of that time, which was on some level, the people who were fighting for freedom, unless they were part of the militaristic Imperial Japanese Empire or the militaristic Nazi German dictatorship, or the fascist Italian dictatorship, in which case the people were fighting for domination of the other people on the planet. So, if possible, you might be one of these 3 waves of volunteers, in which case you might want to look into Dolores Cannon's work on this issue.